Well, hey, you guys. So we've seen a lot of trends become popular since the infamous year of 2020. But one financial fad I've noticed over the last 4 years that is on the rise is HELOCs. So it was a perfect storm 4 years ago, being stuck inside all day, endlessly scrolling social media, going stir crazy with your loved ones, and that will make anyone feel desperate for a change of scenery. So what did people do? Well, they started looking around their homes like, well, we could fix this, do this, and they started taking out home equity loans. They would do this for home renovations. They would even do this for travel and just some other things. So listen, I love a renovated kitchen as much as you do, but trust me, a HELOC is not a smart way to do it. So let's talk about home equity loans and why people get caught in this trap and what you should do instead. Plus, I'll share what my husband and I are doing right now instead of pretending our house is a bank. If you don't know, HELOC stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. It's a type of home equity loan. A home equity loan offers you, the borrower, a sum of money taken out of your home's current value with an interest rate that is higher on average. So for example, let's say you bought a home 5 years ago for $300,000 and it's appreciated 5% annually, and now it's estimated to be $360,000. But instead of selling it and getting that cash profit in your hands, you decide to keep your house and ask the bank for a $60,000 loan. HELOCs are a type of home equity loan that gives you access to cash on a as-needed basis, and they also come with an interest rate that fluctuates. It's like using your home's value as an ATM, but also throwing money away in interest. So you're robbing your future self and going backwards with your net worth. So why do people do this? Well, it's a great question. There are all kinds of reasons that people are convinced to make a risky financial move like this one. And usually they fall into this trap because they haven't set themselves up well for smarter, better options. And a few common reasons, again, I hear from people that take out HELOCs, mostly it's for home renovations. Some people do it to pay off their debt, like cars, medical bills, and student loans, retirement living expenses, buying vacation homes or investment properties, taking long breaks from work, emergencies, and even paying for a kid's wedding, or even kids' college. So as you can see from this list, a bad idea can easily seem like a good idea if that's your only option. So a lot of people become convinced that HELOCs are legit because you're supposedly borrowing from an actual thing that you own, your home's value. But if you're like most people, you haven't paid off your mortgage yet, so you don't own your home outright. So all you're doing is adding new debt to the existing debt. And a HELOC uses a revolving credit line just like a credit card. So this means that as you pay back what you've borrowed, the amount you paid back becomes available to you to go and spend again. So it's imaginary money, that's what it feels like, until it's not. The difference is that a HELOC uses your home's equity as collateral. Remember, equity is the difference between how much you owe on your home versus how much it's grown to be worth since you bought it. And collateral is basically a fancy word for a security deposit. It's the thing that you promise to give the lender if you can't pay back what you owe. That means if you can't pay back the HELOC, the lender can foreclose on your house. So keep in mind that any form of debt can be called at any moment, and if you don't have the money to pay it off, you're not in a good position at all, okay? So stealing from your home's projected value is just piling on more risk. And when you finally sell your home, you don't get to keep the full profit of the sale. Instead, you're going back in your pocket and taking the money from the sale to go and pay off the second debt that you took out on the house. So before I talk about some things that I recommend doing instead of taking out a HELOC, let me tell you about a faith-based alternative to health insurance that can make healthcare more affordable: Christian Healthcare Ministries. CHM allows members to share each other's healthcare costs, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, choose the healthcare provider you want. Step 2, submit your eligible bills. And Step 3, get reimbursed. CHM members take care of your eligible medical bills. With no networks and the freedom to choose your healthcare provider, CHM is the best option for Christians who want to take care of their families and help other believers. So find out more at chministries.org/budgets. Okay, here are some things that I recommend doing instead of taking out a home equity loan. Have an emergency fund to fall back on instead. Use the debt snowball method to pay off your debt. Also, save for your family's vacations and home renovations and all of that with cash. Invest 15% of your income into retirement so that you have money when you retire. Sell your current house if you want to and downsize, keep some of those earnings and cash flow renovations to get the house that you want. Also, do renovations slowly so you can cash flow those improvements so that you're able to say, okay, I'm going to be able to do these things, but I'm doing it at the speed of cash. Another thing this HELOC trend has made me think about is about how addicted our culture is to just a quick fix. Because, whatever happened to just the phrase, well, we can't afford it right now. Because we live in a culture that's constantly telling us that if you just push this button, you can do it. Even if it's not the wisest or safest method, it is available to you. Debt will always be there. And listen, it's not a bad thing to have to wait for something that you want. Winston and I are in this process right now. We have been saving for a pool. We've been saving for about 5 years. And it's something we started back when we built our house. We didn't have the money to put it in when we built. So we're like, we'll just wait and we will save. And we've been saving and saving month after month. Certain months we have to adjust our budget to make sure we're hitting our number. But it has taken time, you guys, like literally years. But it is going to feel so great when it is done. And it's done. Like we're done. So delayed gratification is really nice because also a pool that we would have built 5 years ago probably is a different pool than today, right? So it actually gives you time to decide what you really want instead of just rushing into something. So instant is not always better. There is something valuable that happens when you're patient and you delay that gratification. Something is built within your character and who you are as a person. And money is such a great place to do that, you guys. Now, if you're curious about making more of your financial goals happen the smart way, make sure to check out Every Dollar. It is our budgeting app and it is amazing. So click the link below to create a monthly budget today and start making progress. So if you're interested in testing out more of your financial knowledge, take our money quiz, you guys. So check out this episode and enjoy because it might be surprising to you. So you guys, save up and pay for things with cash. Don't take out a HELOC. And remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.